She was my maid of honor. She stood beside me at my wedding, held my bouquet, and wiped tears from her eyes when I said I do. 8 years later, I found out she had been sleeping with my husband for 2 of them. The woman I called my best friend. The woman I trusted with every secret I had. The woman who sat across from me at dinner every single week and smiled like she meant it. But what she did not know, karma had already started counting. My name is Linda. I am 47 years old and I live in Arizona. 3 years ago, my life looked perfect from the outside. A beautiful home, a 10-year marriage, a best friend I had known since college, a job I loved as a nurse. Everything I had built over 2 decades, gone in one night. Let me tell you exactly how I found out. My husband's name was Greg. We met in our late 20s, married at 32, and built what I believed was a solid life together. No major fights, no obvious red flags, just a quiet, steady marriage that I thought was strong. My best friend's name was Rachel. We had been friends for over 20 years. She was at my graduation. She was at my mother's funeral. She was the first person I called when I got my nursing license. I trusted her completely. That was my biggest mistake. It started with a phone notification. Greg had left his phone on the kitchen counter while he was in the shower. I was not snooping. I was not suspicious. I simply walked past and saw a message light up the screen. It was from Rachel. I should not have looked, but something made me stop. The message said, "Last night was everything. I miss you already." I stood in that kitchen for 3 full minutes before I could breathe. I put the phone back exactly where it was. I went to our bedroom, sat on the edge of the bed, and waited for Greg to come out of the shower. When he walked in, I looked at him and said, "How long?" He did not even ask me what I meant. He sat down on the bed beside me and said, 2 years. 2 years. My husband and my best friend. For 2 years. While I was working night shifts at the hospital. While I was cooking dinner for both of them. While I was sitting across the table from Rachel every single week, telling her how much I loved my life. I called Rachel that same night. She picked up on the second ring. Her voice was normal, casual, like nothing had happened. I said, "I know everything." The line went completely silent for 11 seconds. I counted. Then she said, "Linda, I am so sorry. I never meant for this to happen." I hung up. Greg moved out the following weekend. He went straight to Rachel's apartment. They were together officially within 2 weeks of me finding out. I filed for divorce immediately. My lawyer told me Arizona is a community property state. Everything Greg and I had built together was split equally. The house we had paid off together, the savings account, the investments. He took half of everything I had worked 10 years for and used it to build a new life with my best friend. The divorce took 8 months. 8 months of seeing Greg and Rachel's social media updates. 8 months of mutual friends choosing sides. 8 months of showing up to work every single day and pretending I was fine, when I was completely falling apart inside. Rachel tried to contact me 4 times during those 8 months. I never responded once. My lawyer fought hard. We proved that Greg had been using marital funds to pay for hotel stays and gifts during the 2-year affair. That money was added back into my settlement. It was not enough to feel like justice, but it was something. 14 months after my divorce was finalized, my phone rang. It was a number I did not recognize. I almost did not answer. It was Rachel. She was crying so hard I could barely understand her. She told me Greg had been cheating on her, that he had been seeing someone else for 6 months, that she had come home to find his bags packed. He had left her the exact same way he had left me. She said, "I just wanted you to know I understand now. I am so sorry for everything." I listened to every word she said. Then I said, "I forgave you a long time ago, Rachel. Not for you. For me." And I hung up. I sat on my back porch that evening, watching the Arizona sunset turn the sky orange and pink. I thought about the woman I was 3 years ago, sitting on the edge of that bed, waiting for Greg to come out of the shower, not knowing that the next 5 minutes would change everything. I thought about Rachel at my wedding, holding my bouquet, wiping tears from her eyes. I used to wonder if any of it was real. Now I know it does not matter. What matters is what I built after: a new home, a promotion at work, a circle of real friends who show up when it counts, and the quiet certainty that I never have to wonder who is sitting across from me at dinner and whether they mean it. My grandmother used to say, "A person who will do it with you will do it to you." She was right. And karma never forgets a thing. If this story hit home, subscribe to Karma Finds You. Every week, we bring you true stories of betrayal, justice, and the moment karma finally arrives. Hit that bell, leave a comment, and if someone has ever betrayed your trust, tell us your story. Karma finds you. Always.